Nightmares come in various shapes and forms. They can manifest as dreams of teeth falling out, the anxiety of being late for a crucial business meeting, or even the harrowing scenario of being robbed. The realm of nightmares holds boundless possibilities. Yet, amidst this diverse array, one question remains: what is the most bone-chilling, eerily realistic, horror movie-like nightmare we can ever encounter? The lucid nightmare. I have been practicing lucid dreaming for the past 10 years, with a few breaks during that time. In simple terms, lucid dreaming refers to the ability to consciously control your dreams through practice and discipline. It has profoundly transformed the way I perceive not only lucid dreams but also ordinary dreams in general. When you explore the topic of lucid dreaming, you will come across numerous descriptions portraying it as a life-altering and awe-inspiring experience, where you have the opportunity to immerse yourself in your wildest fantasies. However, what is often overlooked is the fact that lucid dreaming can also lead to incredibly eerie and even terrifying experiences, known as lucid nightmares. In lucid nightmares, you are aware that you are dreaming, but you have no power to stop the events from happening, resulting in a frightening, often horror movie-like experience. I was digging through some forums, and a few people even sweared that they felt physical pain during one of those episodes. Before I explain how to stop these nightmares, allow me to share that one particular lucid nightmare that almost made me quit practicing lucid dreaming altogether, so we can reflect on the mistakes I have made. To help you understand, let me quickly explain the circumstances preceding the dream. There was a time when I used to come home late, often at night, as I worked quite far away. The house I lived in was situated in a small village that could be described as eerie at times. Every night, after I arrived, I would park the car in the garage, which I always despised. Firstly, because there was no light in the garage, and next to it was my deceased grandfather's house, standing empty and awaiting demolition. To top it all off, the elderly lady living in the house across the street would watch me from her window every evening, which felt so creepy that I always tried to finish the parking ordeal as quickly as possible and hurry inside the house. And in my dream, I was right there, at night, in the darkness next to the dark garage and an empty house. That's when I realized I was only dreaming. Well, I thought, finally a lucid dream. Then I remembered the elderly lady who had already passed away in reality. I glanced at her window, but she was standing there, in her nightgown, and her face, completely missing. I tried to fly away, but I couldn't. I wanted to wake up, but I couldn't. I looked back at the window, but she had already disappeared, and I was afraid she would come after me. That's when a black smoke engulfed me, and suddenly I woke up. But I couldn't move. I had fallen into sleep paralysis, which, if someone panics, can cause terrible hallucinations. And there it was, a dark figure leaning against the radiator in my room, also without a face. Fortunately, it only lasted for a few seconds, and I woke up, drenched in sweat. What exactly happened? What I experienced is called a lucid nightmare, and it's a rather frightening phenomenon, fortunately not too common. To understand it, we need to delve into the world of dreams and nightmares. I don't want to bore you with dry scientific details. Firstly, I'm not an expert, and secondly, the answers lie within our own minds. There are plenty of books and articles that discuss this topic, but from my own experience, I've learned that the world of dreams changes based on what we think, expect, and our emotional state. For example, if we're walking down the street in a dream and we encounter a figure, if we believe it's one of our friends, it truly becomes them, and we might go grab a drink or do something together. However, if we believe that the figure is a dangerous man, then it becomes exactly that, and it might try to kidnap or harm us. Those who can control their dreams know that in order to fly in their dreams, they must first believe that they can truly fly, and then it will happen. If they doubt this ability, they will inevitably fall. That's why scientists believe that nightmares are primarily caused by stress, discomfort, and PTSD. Just think about it based on what I mentioned earlier. What happens in the dream of someone who has been robbed in a dark alley? Will they imagine the dream figure approaching them as their friend? The easiest way to imagine it is like the creature called Boggart in Harry Potter, which takes on the form of what you fear the most. In a nightmare, exactly what scares you the most will happen, and as you get more anxious, you will find yourself spiraling down a path of fear. But if the person is lucid in a dream, that means they can stop the negative experiences from happening, right? Well, not always. Remaining calm and fully grasping that nothing can hurt you in the dream can prevent these undesirable events. But once the nightmare begins, or if you become lucid during one, it takes a strong mental presence to prevent fear from taking hold. There are various approaches to achieve this. My biggest mistake was succumbing to panic and trying to escape from the dream as fast as I can. If you will not stay calm, it will only getting worse. On another occasion, a giant worm appeared in a field, and I stopped for a second, tried to stay calm. I envisioned the worm not being there, and it was gone in the next moment. It's worth noting that I fear worms as much as faceless old ladies. Experienced lucid dreamers even engage with the dream figures, questioning why they are attempting to harm them. Most of the time, these entities simply get confused. One of my lucid dreaming friends shared that he chooses to confront these entities, and he tries to beat them up in a fist fight. The key takeaway is that you have to believe in yourself and never run away. They will catch you no matter what. And like the boggart, you can make them disappear with happy thoughts.